Okay, quick one. So we're actually going to take subfactorial, otherwise known as left factorial. So something like this. Now, do you know that the subfactorial of n is equal to n factorial summation of k take from 0 to n of minus 1 exponent k over k factorial. So we can be asked to evaluate or simplify subfactorials of any value. So for example, if I ask you to find the subfactorial of 3, for example, so what's this subfactorial of 3? The subfactorial of 3 becomes 3 factorial summation k take from 0 to n, which is 3, of minus 1 exponent k over k factorial. So which becomes the subfactorial of 3 is equals to 3 factorial. Remember, from your concept of factorial, n factorial is equals to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 and so on and so forth. So the subfactorial of 3 becomes 3 factorial now. So 3 factorial in that case becomes 3 times 2 times 1, which is a 6. So from here, we are going to take, when k is 0, summation from k take from 0 to 3. So summation, from the concept of summation, addition. So when k is 0, we have minus 1 exponent 0 over 0 factorial. Plus, when k is 1, we are taking from 0 to 3. When k is 1, we have minus 1 exponent 1 over 1 factorial. Plus, when k is 2, we have minus 1 exponent 2 over 2 factorial. And when k is 3, minus 1 exponent 3 over 3 factorial. So from here now, what next do we need to do? We have the subfactorial of 3 becomes 6 open bracket. Now remember that minus 1 exponent 0 is 1 over 0 factorial is as well 1. So 1 over 1 is 1 now. Then minus 1 exponent 1 is still minus 1. 1 factorial is 1. Minus 1 divided by 1 is still minus 1. Plus minus 1 exponent 2 is 1. Then 2 factorial is 2. Plus minus 1 exponent 3 is minus 1 over 3 factorial. That's what we have done before, which is 6. So and this, the subfactorial of 3 becomes 6 open bracket. 1 minus 1 is 0. We have 1 minus 1 out. 1 over 2 minus 1 over 6, which becomes 6 open bracket. The LCM is 6. 2, that's 3 minus 1, which is a 6 times 2 over 6, which end up giving you a 2. So the subfactorial of 3 is 2. You can actually find the subfactorial of other numbers. Let's do, for example, if I want to find the subfactorial of 5, for example, let's see what we are going to have at the end of the day. So the subfactorial of 5 becomes, let's solve out the subfactorial of 4, for example. I can show you more examples. The subfactorial of 4 will now be 4 factorial summation take from k to 0, k take from 0 to 4 of minus 1 exponent k over k factorial. So in this case now, all we need to do, take the same procedure. Remember, n factorial. So 4 factorial will be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 4 times 3 is 12, times 2 is 24. So we have 24 open bracket. We are taking k from 0 now to 4. So we have minus 1. When k is 0, we have 0, 0 factorial plus. When k is 1, we have 1, 1 factorial. When k is 2, we have 2, 2 factorial. When k is 3, we have 3, 3 factorial. When k is 4, we have 4, 4 factorial. And this one becomes, the subfactorial of 4 will now be 24 open bracket. This one, we have done something like this before. That's 1. Then this one will be minus 1. This one, remember, is plus 1 over 2. Then this one is something like exactly what we have done before. Minus 1 raised power 3 is minus 1 over 3 factorial is 6. Plus minus 1 in 4 places is plus 1 over 4 factorial 24. So that the subfactorial of 4 will now be 24 open bracket 1 minus 1 is out of it. So the whole of this one becomes, you can actually take everything together. You understand? You can take everything together. The LCM is 24, then 2 here, 2, that's 12, minus 6 here, that's 4, plus 1, which gives us the subfactorial of 4 becomes 24, open bracket, 12 minus 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9 over 24. So the subfactorial of 4 is now 24 times 9 over 24, which is a 9. So don't forget, this we have actually provided solutions to bigger problems that might be helpful in the long run. Now this concept, you might be asking why we are actually dealing, or where we are actually doing something of factorial. Now you will realize that in banks they ask you to provide 4 digits. Have you ever asked yourself why they are asking you for 4 digits? All those numbers you are seeing are concepts of these topics we are discussing here. We have factorial, we have subfactorial. Remember, and always take note that the factorial of a value n, for example, is not the same thing as its subfactorial or its left factorial. They are not the same thing. They are two different things. So remember, if you have any question, always take note. You can always comment under my comment section. You can always put down your question here, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. What? This girl.